Thought I'd shoot a quick video showing the building automation. So I'm gonna try to hold this and navigate through here. Okay, so here's my 4 air handlers. You can see my occupancy schedule. I can build schedules under here to turn them on or off, or override for a certain amount of times. This, I'm gonna command this to release. I don't know why it's locked on. Okay, so just working down here, here's the fan status. That means, is the fan on or off? Here's the actual discharge temperature. Here's the actual set point. So if the set point is way off from the discharge, see, like this one, remember that was overridden here. I can tell that there's something wrong. This is what it wants to be. This is what it actually is. Here's the actual supply flow in cubic feet per minute. Heating valve, cooling valve. So I can trend this out. Like if I wanted to see what the discharge temp was, I could go like this, view the trend, and I'd get a chart that shows what it's done for the last 24 hours. So that's a troubleshooting technique. I can go into the air handler, and we can just walk through this air handler 5. This is my biggest one. So here's that occupancy schedule. Is that area occupied or not? Then we just kind of walk down. Here's a unit reset. So if it was out on static pressure, it would show out on static pressure. Is the fan on? Being told to be on? Is it actually on? So if there's a discrepancy there, we could have troubleshooting issues. Here's what it's trying to run at, percentage of the speed. So that's supply fan output. And so I'm not going to go down through all of these, but this is what I kind of look at. I mean, we can just pick, here's the minimum flow. That's what the calculated minimum flow is. Here's a minimum flow set point, so those two should be trying to match up. We can just pick another random one. Let's just go down here. Pre-filtered differential pressure. This will tell me in water column, so vacuum, of how clean or dirty my filters are. So I can change my filters based on this water column differential. Let's go back and we'll look at some of the VAVs. Let's go right here. We'll do 5 VAVs. It's loading up. Okay, so these are my actual rooms. These are the VAV numbers. When this loads up, this is what the actual temperature is. Here's what the set point is, what it's trying to do. That damper position is how open or closed that VAV is. Here's what it's trying to flow, the set point for flow. Here's what it's actually flowing. Here's whether that heating valve is open or closed, and here's what we're actually putting into that room for temperature. These, I can also trend these out. I gotta look at my screen instead of the... So if I go like this, view, trend, I can actually see what that damper is doing over the last 24 hours. We can do that for any of these. As far as, so let's go VAV flow. Let's see what this thing's actually flowing. So here's one that's 0. Let's see what that thing's done for the last 24 hours. The reason it'd be 0 is if it was unoccupied with an occupancy sensor. So I can go to this little thing here and go, oh, somebody walked into that room at, looks like 11:40 last night. So maybe the custodial went in there to clean it. It kicked on for a second and then went back to 0. So I work a lot off of this, but you can also look at the pictures that are called graphics. So I can show you that real quick. You might be more familiar with the pictures and the graphics. So if I go here, this will load up air handler 1. So here's the minimum damper. Here's the economizer damper. So if the conditions are right, this will open up and just bring in air from outside. Here's our mixed air temperature. Here's our return air temperature. So we're returning a lot of air right now. Plus the minimum equals the set point. Heating coil, cooling coil. Our cooling coil is open here, 37%. We're making 60-degree air, and the set point is 60 degrees. Here's the supply fan running. Filters those differential pressures that I talked about. Discharge airflow. Here's the return fan. and we're returning it. We're not exhausting hardly any out. I think that's kind of it. I can monitor the fire system from here. So this I could view from home if I wanted to. Here's the generator, what it's doing. We had a power shutdown yesterday, so if I go generator status, it should show that yesterday morning it ran. Oh, this is months, it must be. Oh yeah, this goes back months. That dot right there is from 8/16/20. So this trends back for years, so we can see when the generator ran. I've got wall fin heating right here. That's all my perimeter wall fin heat. I can see if they're on or off, what's going on, what temperature it is, all of that. I think that's about it. I do a lot of troubleshooting from here. If the numbers don't match up, I can get out in the field and see what's failed.